Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So I'm going to show you guys how I normally wash and care for my curly wigs or extension, anyone that you have. So basically, you know, when you color your hair, sometimes it tends to get dry and stuff. So I'm just going to show you what I use. And my Lacetta shampoo and conditioner, and I got these from TJ Maxx, okay? And usually what I do, I'm going to shampoo and condition the hair. I'm going to shampoo the hair, and usually what I do is I've already melted my shea butter in this little cup here. I put it in the microwave, melt it, and then once I'm putting my conditioner on, I'm going to add my shea butter to it. So we're now going to wash the hair, so you guys can see. And usually if you're not using, for color hair, if you're not using a purple shampoo which helps with the color, you want to get something that's good for moisture, because the key to color hair is to keep the moisture in the hair. That way it's easier to manage. And if you tend to have a kinkier type of hair, what you want to do when it tends to tangle, then you want to start from the ends and work your way up. Don't start from here and then pulling, because here you're gonna more likely rip the closure, and you're gonna probably rip the hair. So start from, but this is okay, it's not tangled, so I'm just gonna comb through, right through the back and the front. Just gonna comb through it all the way out, okay. And then usually what I do is I wet inside of my wig. So sometimes once you add the water, it doesn't wet inside, and then I take a little shampoo, rub it in my hands, and then I wash the inside. Make sure that you're getting all that, especially if you're using products in your hair when you sprayed it down. And it depends, because I tend not to wear a wig cap when I wear my wig, so I try to make sure the inside is washed properly. And you just take your hands and make sure you clean the inside properly. Not too gently, of course. I'm just going to go ahead and wash this out. And then once I wash it out, we're going to add our shea butter. And you have a choice. You could add coconut oil to your shea butter. It depends. It's up to you. Sometimes I use coconut oil. Sometimes I use just the shea butter. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the hair. Once I'm finished washing the shampoo out, I'm going to add the shea butter and the conditioner to the hair. And then we're going to tie it in a plastic bag that's if you really want to treat your colored hair. If you want to lock the moisture in. If you're having problems with, say, tangling, or the hair is really dry, then you want to go ahead and do that. So we're just going to add the shea butter and the conditioner, tied in a plastic bag. And if you have a hooded dryer, then you could put it under the dryer for it to go faster. If not, you could just tie it in a bag and leave it for a few hours. If you're not in a rush to get it, then you can leave it overnight and then wash it out the next day. Okay. If the ends of the hair is dry, then you want to go ahead and add the shea butter from the ends and work your way up. But for this one, I'm just going to work it from here and down, because most of the times when you get the closure tends to be the texture and the quality of the closure is usually poor compared to the hair. I'm not sure why. So I usually add it from the closure and work my way down, and then I'm going to make sure I cover the ends with the shea butter as well. Then I go to the back, because you know when you're wearing hair, it tends to tangle in the back, so make sure you cover the back to get the extra moisture. I'm doing the back here to get the extra moisture and sheen on the back as well, so you'll have less tangling if you're struggling with tangling on your extensions or your wig. And then since I've covered the front and the ends, what I'm going to do is that the rest that's left, I'm going to work in the middle of the wig here. work my way around. Work it around. And I have a little left in here. I want to get everything out. And shea butter is really rich in oils, guys. So even for your natural hair, the smell sometimes I can't take it. So what I do, I try to add I try to add oils to it to cover it, especially peppermint. It helps with the smell. So I add peppermint oil to cover and mask that smell. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now, just a little hair that I got from here, so I'm gonna rest that there until now I'm gonna get my conditioner, the same brand, Lucetta, and I'm just gonna pump some here and then start working it over the oil. Just work it over the oil and use your hands and massage it in a little bit here in the middle. Now that it's really covered, I'm gonna grab my plastic bag here. Okay, and I've doubled it. You could use single or double. Just ensure that there's no holes in the bag, because you want to make sure that there's no air going in. So you tie it in your bag, put it in the bag and just tie it. I would say give it an hour. So try to do it when you have time. If you can't, if you have more time, then as I stated, you can leave it overnight. Or you could just pop it under your dryer if you have a dryer, and just give it like a 30 minutes or so. So I'm just gonna leave this for 1 hour, and then we're gonna wash, and then we're gonna start apply your products. Okay, guys, so I just washed out the hair, and now we're gonna brush it, and I'm using my paddle brush, and then I'm just gonna add all products to the hair. And just keep in mind, if you leave the shea butter on the hair overnight in the plastic bag, you want to use the warm water just to get the shea butter off, because when you melt the shea butter in the microwave, once it sits, it's going to go back to a solid consistency. Okay, so I'm going to show you the products I'm using. And then first I'm going to use my mousse. Got this from Walmart. I'm just going to use a little bit just to help with the frizziness, to give it a little shine. Okay. And it's still kind of wet, so I'm just gonna kind of rinse the water out here. And then I'm gonna add a little of the mousse to just a little bit to the back. And the hair that normally, when it sits on the back of your head, it tangles a little bit. So I'm just gonna add some there. And then now, the leave-in conditioner, that's optional. That's optional for you. So, but the one I'm going to use, and this one is very good, guys. I use this on my hair, but I also use it on my wigs as well. And it's the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil leave-in conditioner. Is very good. It makes the hair so soft. So I'm just going to rub some of this over here. So any leave-in conditioner that you can get, it's not, you don't have to use it, but it helps to keep especially if you have curly hair and you're struggling with keeping the moisture, and you're struggling with the hair being dry and trashy, all that stuff. You don't add a lot, just use a little bit. And I'm heavy-handed, so I have to remind myself not to do a lot. So I usually just put some on the top, then I just take it all over the hair, especially to the ends. Just put some in your hands, rub it out, and then put it over the hair. Okay, and then after I put the leave-in conditioner, I'm just gonna do something for the curls, to maintain the curls since it's curly hair. And what I'm going to be using is the Miel. This is very good. Her curling custard is very good. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this, not too much, because if you use too much, it does make the hair stiff, I should say. So I'm just going to rub that out. Make sure you get the ends covered, especially if you're struggling with the ends being trashy and stuff. not too much. I'll just try to use a good amount and rub it out over the hair. Make sure it's rubbed into the hair. And then the last thing I'm going to use is for male also. It's it helps with frizziness. So it helps to contain frizziness and stuff like that. And since this is a curl here, I'm just going to use a little bit, not too much, guys, just a little bit. It's kind of watery. So I'm just going to add a little bit. And usually I just rub this over on the closure at the top of the wig. And then what's left, I just rub it over the hair brush. So it's just a little bit that I'm using for this. And I'm just going to get my powder brush and then I'm going to brush through the wig.